Hey everybody, this is a quick video on doing the local expert in design. So I know that a question came up wondering where you can find the information that you use to create the local expert flyer. So what you're going to do is first start by getting that flyer into designs. So we're going to go down here to this big plus button, click on social, and next, this will take us to our templates. And local expert is actually going to be under the listing section. And you see right down here, you click that, and you have a few different options that you can use on different platforms for the local expert itself. So as you'll notice, there is no set number that makes you a local expert. So local expert, a lot of the examples are used for mortgage percentages, but local expert numbers can really be any numbers that add value to or give value to somebody. So if you can tell your sphere or your leads, something that's going to be of interest to them, whether that is a percentage for mortgage rates or whether that's how many properties have gone under contract in the X number of days and anything like that that you can do. And a lot of that is going to be found in your local MLS or your local realtor organization. So for us, that would be Pinellas Realtor Organization or Stellar MLS. But whatever your local form of that, they have these numbers for you on their website. So I'm going to show you, for example, using our MLS and our Pro so you can get a good idea. And really, the MLS will likely, from my understanding, be fairly similar, even if you're on a different MLS, the way that it's set up. But for the realtor organization, whatever your local one is, if you know what kind of forms you're looking for, and if anybody needs it, I can give you samples of what they look like and what they are. You can just call them and ask them, hey, I'm looking for this information, and most of them will have that for you. So first you're going to start with going to the MLS. So for us, it is Stellar. So we're going to log in here. And we're going to hit Matrix. This is going to take us into a dashboard here. So this is kind of, your home screen here. And you'll see all these different widgets. So I moved this widget, which will be set, and here I'll hit the reset button. This is what it will look like for most people. And so again, even if you are on a different MLS, you should still have a feature like this, if not exactly the same, very, very similar. So what MarketWatch does is it actually tracks all of these different categories for the entire MLS. But if you are like us and your MLS is huge, you're going to want to narrow that down a little bit. So what you can do is you can change this to any kind of property you're looking for. I keep it on cross property. And I like to do this daily, so I'll look at 24 hours, but you can also do just today, 3 days, or 7 days. So being able to kind of give people a really good idea, maybe on a weekly basis, you just want to post this, hey, in the last 7 days, this has happened. You can change that there. To get rid of the counties or cities that maybe you don't care about as much, you can go to customize. And this will take you to a section that looks just like a search. So I do it by county because we live in a pretty major tri-county area. So I like to keep all 3 counties together, but you could just choose one county, or you could even choose a city if you're explaining this to agents and want agents to utilize this. Maybe they only work in one city, like for us, maybe Clearwater. They can look up just that city by itself. But for the purpose of this, we're going to do counties. So I have Pinellas, Pasco, and Hillsborough, and I'm going to hit save because that's really the only filter that I care about. I really just want to see all the different properties, especially cross properties, and I just narrowed it by county. You can narrow further than that too if you really wanted to, but you're not really going to get super accurate numbers that are going to help people if you narrow it too much. So this is where I pull these numbers from. So what I often suggest to people is if you don't know exactly what to say, it pulled these numbers for you. So you can put on a local expert, you know, the Tri-County area, like in Tampa Bay area, just sold 507 properties in the last 24 hours. I mean, people want to know that. And being able to get that out there, and you're not doing a lot of work either when you pull these numbers. So just keep that in mind. And if you don't see something like this, you can always reach out to me and I can try to help you find this in your own MLS if it is a little bit different. But like I said, it should be the same, if not only slightly different. But you can also always call your MLS and I'm sure they'd be happy to help you find this information because all of them should have it, even if maybe it's not in the same form as a widget like this one is, but they should all have a tool like this available for you to pull from. So also from the MLS is our realtor organizations work with the MLS by pulling numbers from that. So Pro gets its numbers from seller. And what they do is they actually post, I had to save this page so I could easily find it. So for us, Pinellas Realtor Organization, they actually post these market stats almost every day. So they don't post them over the weekends, but they will give you the information from the weekends the following business day. So what's neat about this is, so if we pull this and I look up September 1st, I can get a breakdown of all of these different things. And so when I scroll down and I'm looking, it shows you what the days are and it goes back usually almost a full month. So what's neat about this, and this is one that I use pretty frequently, is you can see the Tampa Bay, area single family homes, and with a little bit of math, you can tell people what the percentage difference. So, you can find out what the percentage between this is, and this is an increase since this number is bigger. And every single category here, so active, pending, sold, canceled, and temporary off market. Canceled and temporarily off market, probably not something that as an agent you're going to be throwing out there completely, but active, pending, and sold, all of these are higher than the previous week, some pretty significantly. You want to share that with your clients, your database. So finding information like this, it's just using the resources that you have. So call your realtor organization and ask them, do you guys have information like this? And I can even download this report and send it to you if you need some kind of sample to kind of explain what you're looking for, but you can get this information pretty readily. So from there, you would just grab those numbers and then you would go back to your designs. You'd pick which design you wanted, and you're not set in stone for any of these things. So these are just to inspire you. So if this one's talking about mortgage rates, but I like it, I can just take it and say house sales are on a rise. This week is 16% higher in these areas. And there, I'm still a local expert. If you are interested in getting mortgage rates, I just suggest talking to whatever mortgage lender partners that you have, because they'll be able to get that information from you. For us, we reach out to Van Dyke usually, and they're able to also give the agent something as well, so they could still stick with this mortgage rate information. But really all of these numbers you're using for local experts is going to come from the resources that you have within your office and or community area.